Picture this, a perfect Saturday afternoon in late August, the kind where the sun bathes your backyard in golden light, and a gentle breeze carries the promise of fall. My name is Walter Hayes, a retired structural engineer who finds joy in precision lawn mowed in straight lines, coffee brewed at exactly 195 degrees Fahrenheit, and a quiet home. My wife, Evelyn Carter, is the police chief of our small city, Crestwood, Virginia. Her days are a whirlwind of managing the town's chaos, while I tend to our sanctuary, a cozy home with a flagstone patio I built myself and a sparkling in-ground pool. This is our haven, or it was until our new neighbors decided to stir up trouble. Our backyard is my pride. I've spent years perfecting the rose garden, each bush a testament to patience. Evelyn, when she gets a rare day off, loves lounging by the pool, her vibrant energy a contrast to my methodical calm. That Saturday, she was there in a teal swimsuit, sipping iced tea, reading a dense book on criminal psychology, her idea of fun. I was pruning roses, humming to classic Motown, when trouble strutted up to our fence. Enter Brandon Kessler, the 20-something son of our new neighbor, Lorraine Kessler. They'd moved into the gaudy mansion next door 6 months ago, a house that screamed, "Look at me," with its faux Mediterranean arches and oversized windows. Brandon, in a crisp tank top, tight shorts, and a straw hat that looked stolen from a country music video, leaned over the fence. His gaze landed on Evelyn, and his expression twisted into something ugly, part sneer, part calculation. "Excuse me," he called, his voice oozing entitlement. "I'm hosting a pool party tonight. It's exclusive, high class. Your presence might make my guests uncomfortable." He gestured at Evelyn, his words dripping with insinuation. "It's a certain crowd, you know. We're keeping things upscale, not like some public pool in the city." My pruning shears froze mid-snip. Did this kid just insult my wife, in our own yard, with a racist jab? Evelyn, cool as ever, lowered her sunglasses and fixed him with a stare that could stop a riot. "Uncomfortable how?" she asked, her tone even but sharp. Brandon smirked, leaning closer. "It's a private vibe. Your diversity might clash. No offense, just keeping it classy." My blood boiled. I stepped forward, ready to unleash a tirade, but Evelyn raised a finger, her signal to stand down. She sipped her tea, smiled thinly, and said, "I'll consider your suggestion, Brandon. Enjoy your party." Dismissed, he huffed and stormed off, clearly expecting outrage, not calm defiance. As he vanished, I whispered, "Evelyn, that little punk," she cut me off. "Walter, he's a spoiled brat with a big mouth. But he's shown his hand. We don't react. We plan." Her eyes gleamed with the strategic mind of a chief who'd faced worse than a cocky kid. We agreed. Document everything, stay composed, and let Brandon's arrogance be his downfall. The next few hours brought more provocations. Brandon paced his patio, loudly bragging on his phone about keeping the neighborhood elite and dealing with the locals next door. He mentioned his mother, Lorraine, as if her name carried weight. Evelyn noted every word, her pen steady. I fumed but trusted her lead. This wasn't just a rude neighbor. It was a calculated campaign to push us out. That evening, as the sun set and Brandon's party kicked off with thumping music, Lorraine herself appeared. Dressed in a pristine linen suit, her blonde hair a rigid helmet, she marched to our fence, diamonds glinting like weapons. "You're Evelyn Carter?" she demanded, her voice shrill. "Your behavior is unacceptable. My son, Brandon, a sensitive boy, told you our guests need privacy. You're making them uncomfortable." Evelyn stood, her presence commanding. "Miss Kessler, your son insulted me in my own yard. He suggested my race lowers your party's tone. That's the issue here, not my behavior." Lorraine waved a hand, dismissing the accusation. "He meant your loud swimsuit. We value uniformity in Pine Grove Estates. Some guests find your vibrancy unsettling." I couldn't stay silent. "Miss Kessler, I'm Walter Hayes. Your son's comments were racist, and your party's noise is disturbing the neighborhood. We've lived here 15 years. You don't get to dictate our home." Lorraine sputtered, threatening to call the HOA president, her dear friend, Mr. Harold Vance. Evelyn smiled. "Do what you must. We know the rules." Lorraine stormed off, muttering about troublemakers. The Kesslers escalated. Brandon showed up Sunday morning, clutching a leather binder, claiming we'd violated HOA bylaws. Our pool was a nuisance. Evelyn's job as chief was business activity. Our roses unapproved. I showed him our permits, every detail pristine, and mocked his flimsy accusations. He stormed off, vowing an HOA complaint. Evelyn saw opportunity. He's using rules as weapons. Let's turn them back. She quietly checked city records, finding no permits for the Kesslers' new fountain or gazebo. I photographed their property gaudy paint, shaky structures while Evelyn emailed the HOA, politely questioning recent unapproved changes in Pine Grove. We logged every provocation. Lorraine's sprinklers soaking our yard, Brandon's loud calls about upscale standards. The HOA hearing was a showdown. Brandon, in a tweed jacket, spun a tale of our disruptive presence, calling Evelyn's swimsuit offensive and our home a business hub. Evelyn stood, voice steady. We've lived here 15 years, maintaining our property flawlessly. Brandon's complaints stem from his racist remarks, suggesting my presence as a black woman ruins his party. The room gasped. Lorraine shrieked. Lies, but Brandon paled. I presented our binder. Permits, photos, logs. Our property is compliant. But the Kesslers' new fountain and gazebo? No permits. Their facade? Unapproved. The board, led by Harold Vance, shifted uncomfortably. 2 members vouched for Evelyn's role as chief, shredding Brandon's attempt to question her identity. The tide turned. Harold promised a review, eyeing the Kesslers sternly. Brandon didn't quit. A week later, a city inspector arrived, citing an anonymous complaint about our pool. My records proved it baseless. Casually, I mentioned the Kesslers' fountain, hinting at unpermitted work. Days later, code enforcement hit their property with violation stop work orders, fines. Lorraine wailed. Brandon raged. In a final act of defiance, Brandon threw another party. As bass thumped, Inspector Collins arrived with 2 officers, serving a cease and desist for the fountain and noise violations. Guests fled, humiliated. The Kesslers' elite image crumbled before their horrified eyes. The aftermath was quiet. The Kesslers dismantled their fountain, paid fines, and faded into isolation. Pine Grove buzzed with chatter, neighbors now friendlier, inspired by our stand. Evelyn and I resumed our peaceful Saturdays, her by the pool, me with my roses. Justice, served through patience and evidence, felt sweeter than revenge. Brandon thought he was clever, but his prejudice and ego were his undoing. He tried to bully us, not knowing Evelyn's strategic mind or my meticulous records. Their downfall wasn't our doing, it was theirs, every step self-inflicted. As I sit in our serene backyard, I reflect. Dignity isn't lost to insults. It's won through resolve. Justice may be slow, but with truth, it's certain. What do you think? Have you faced bullies like Brandon? Share your thoughts below, especially on confronting injustice and bullying in everyday life. Take a stand, your voice matters.